Have you finished turnover ratios?
Yes, sir.
So let's do 15 questions from this and now some 10 questions from turnover. What?
Okay.
That will be like giving more options, right?
Yeah.
So we were into 13th question. Did we finish 13th question?
No.
So we can do this. Come on, then you can start. A company is currently reviewing the most recent fiscal year's results of operations and noted an increase in the return on assets ratio when compared to the prior year. Which one of the following could have caused the increase? See, what can increase? If your net income increases, your numerator is increases, your ratio will increase, right? Or else, if your average total assets will decrease, if your denominator is decreasing, then also your ratio can increase, correct? Hello?
If denominator decreases,
Ratio increases, na? Let's say 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Which one is high? 1 by 2.
1/2. Yeah.
So if your denominator decreases, your ratio will be high. So if your denominator increases, ratio will be less.
Yeah.
Correct? If your numerator is more, ratio will be more. If your denominator is less, ratio will be more. Next. So you can now you have to do this. I know they are not directly conveying the reasons. So a company is currently reviewing the most recent fiscal year's results of operations and noted an increase in the return on assets ratio when compared to prior. Which one of the following has caused the increase? Sales remained the same and expenses and total assets decreased. See, let the sales be okay, but if the expenses decreased, what it will do? It will increase your profit, right? Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes, yes.
If your expenses will decrease, your profits will increase or not when compared to previous year?
Increase.
Increase in numerator, increase in profit is going to increase your ratio or not?
Increases.
Yes, and the denominator is decreasing. That will also increase your ratio, right? So
Right.
this is going well. Yes. Next question. This one you can directly do. I'm waiting. So 14th question. So you can know like Sears Corporation has sales of this much, profit margin, assets, and they decided to reduce the debt ratio to this much from this much. So now the debts ratio is 0.40. Okay. So by selling new common stock, yeah, so they want to reduce the debt ratio to this from this. How come they can reduce the debts by increasing more equity capital, correct? Hello.
Hello.
And using the proceeds to repay principal on some outstanding long-term debt. So what they are doing is whatever the money they are getting from equity, they want to repay the debts, it seems. And after the refinancing, what is the Spears return on equity they're asking?
Okay.
Yeah. According to me, this question also you will be finding some difficulty because there is some mention of long-term debt and debt to equity ratio kind of that
Ratio.
topic. Yeah, we have not done. So we will leave 14th one. You can make a note 14 to be discussed. Yeah, you can do this. So the question is, for a given level of sales and holding, all other financial statement items constant, a company's ROE will. So they are saying your sales and other things are constant, it seems. So a company's ROE will decrease as their total assets increase. See, ROE will, see, what is the formula for ROE?
Net income by
Net income by average total equity, right? So decrease as their total assets increase. What is the meaning of this? So see, firm's return on equity is a measure of how much equity capital is employed to generate level of earnings. That means how much you are spending the money to make some returns, right?
right.
So if your total assets will increase, so it means that increase in equity, right? Since all the financial statements items are being constant here, correct or wrong?
Yeah.
For a given level of sales and holding means assets, all other financial statement items are constant. So if the asset is increasing, fine, what will happen? Your equity is in the denominator, right? So this has to increase or not?
Decrease.
Why this has to increase?
Income is also increasing. Then equity will
See,
increase.
they are saying like, you are going to keep all the things constant. Okay. So a decrease in in case increase in total assets means increase in equity, right?
Yeah.
So increase in total, increase in total assets means increase in equity. Why? Because if I take this balance sheet for a given level of sales and holding, all the financial statement items constant. So this is total of assets. This is total of, this is equity. This is total of debt. Okay, so they are saying that this has to increase. If this has to increase, that means the funding should happen for the assets to increase. That means you will buy the assets, or like either you will buy the assets, okay, or either, like, see, short term assets you can buy with your cash holdings. Long term assets you have to raise funds to buy them, correct?
Right.
And if this has to increase, this should also increase ultimately. And this, they are saying other things are constant, correct?
Hmm.
So if I'm increasing my assets, my this will also increase. If this will increase, my ratio will
Decrease.
decrease. Option A. Next question. Understood, na?
Yeah.
Next one. Okay, so we will do 15 questions today from this. We
Okay.
will start some 10 questions we'll do from turnover, correct?
Oh,
So that will make 25 questions. So from 16th to 30, if anything like debt to equity or something, you can leave that absolutely, because you need to do next videos also. When all the things are done, we can attempt every question. Okay. Hello.
okay.
So you are like, how many videos till now done? 7 or 8?
Now I have to start. I've started market ratio. Completed 3 liquidity, profitability, and turnover. I've completed.
Okay, okay, okay.
Today
So
I've started
you are into
market
video number what right now?
7.
Video number 7. Okay, so you have to do like, no, before that you have to do EPS also.
Yeah, EPS in market ratio only I have started.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that you can go ahead with that. So let's do the turnover ratios now. I'm opening that PDF.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you want to do this question? Your wish. Last one.
Return on equity we have to find here by substituting in formula.
Yeah.
I'll try this.
Okay, this last question you can try. formula I'll write net income by average total equity.
8%.
Yeah, this is there. This is there. 8%. Correct. So we are doing activity ratios. They're asking you. This is the question. The information below pertains to ZAC Enterprises for the years indicated. Ending year 1, ending year 2. Assuming a 360-day year, ZAC's days purchases in accounts payable equal. That means they're asking what? Debt payment period, right?
Yeah, debt payment period.
Yeah, so yeah.
Payable turnover ratio.
Yeah, so payables, ZAC's purchase in accounts payable equal. So they're asking days only, na? The answer is in terms of days. So the so what's the formula? Debt payment period 365 days in a year by creditors turnover ratio. Or else in Hawk book some direct formulas are given to you, correct?
Yeah.
So you can apply those direct formulas as well here.
Okay.
So I will write the formula, need not worry. Okay. Days purchases in accounts payable. So I'll give that formula here. You can try to find out.
Okay.
Days in, yeah, you can use this formula direct. You can use this formula to find out what I've given on the screen as debt payment period. Fine, you can start. So net credit, so creditors turnover ratio is net credit purchases by average payables. So you have your purchases here. So if they don't give, so first you need to find out your purchases. So for the, and they're asking for which year? For the second year, right? Yeah, it's for the current year only. So for finding out the purchases, you have the formula COGS is equal to opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory, right?
Yeah.
So your opening inventory is 70,000 in year 2 plus purchases. We need to find out COGS is 2,70,000 minus your closing inventories, first year's ending inventories, second year's closing inventory, right?
Yeah.
Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. No, 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 no. So opening inventory plus purchases minus closing. So ending year 2. This is your closing inventory, I guess. Yeah, this is your closing inventory. Because last year ending year 1's closing inventories, current year's opening inventory, correct? Hello.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so opening inventory, last year's closing inventory is this year's opening inventory. 2 minutes. Yeah, so last year's closing inventory, this year's opening inventory, purchase we need to find out. This year's closing inventory is given 70,000. So 60,000 Yeah, 60,000 plus purchases minus 70,000. Okay, so 2,70,000 minus 60,000 plus 70,000 is equal to purchases. Yeah, you can just tell me what is the answer for this.
$3.25.
Sorry.
Account payable is 80,000.
No. The purchases I'm asking.
Purchases 2,60,000.
First, we need to find out purchases. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2,60,000. So 2,60,000 divided by average payable. So you know average payables, you can take 50 and 80 divided by 2. Yeah, now you can tell me the answer. So what's the answer?
I got 4.
Sorry.
4 I got.
4. You got 4.
Yes.
Yeah, so 4 point something you got.
No, only 4.
Exactly 4.
Yes.
Let me check. 50,000 plus 80,000 divided by 2, 65,000.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 4 now. Fine. So 365 by 4 is how much?
91.
91.
360 we have to take, I think, in question.
360. They said 360. Yeah. How much? 90. So the nearest is A accordingly. But actually, I don't understand what is the problem. 50 plus 80 divided by 2 is absolutely. Is it
65.
like 260 only you're getting or 280 you may get? Because 70 minus 60 is 10. It will be
10
280, na? Not 260. So 280 by 65 is how much?
plus. Okay. 280.
Yeah, 4.30. 360 by 4.30 is
4.3. 4.3 into
how much? 360 by 4.3.
83.7.
This is the answer. 83 point?
83.72.
Okay, this is wrong. 83.7 is C. Okay.
Okay.
83.7. 83.7 you got.
Yeah.
So this is also wrong. 83. This is the answer then. 83.7. 83.53. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. D. Option D. Shall we move forward?
Yeah.
You want to make a note of all this or done?
I did, sir. Done.
Question. First of all, what is the formula for account receivable turnover ratio? Net credit sales
Sales.
by average receivables. Okay.
Receivables.
So they are saying changing credit policy to lengthen the period for cash discounts. So if you are increasing, if you are giving more cash discounts, like what will happen?
Credit
If you
increases.
lengthen the credit period, okay, of discount period or discount period, that means you are giving more time for them to make the payments, right? So
Yeah,
your denominator will increase, correct?
right.
They'll take more time to make the payment.
Mm.
So with more time, your receivables is going to increase. Now, more and more people are going to buy and more receivables in your account,
Yeah.
correct? So if you give good time period to customers, more credit sales will happen. And that will increase the receivables. When numerator increases, the ratio will decrease. So a
Decrease.
change in credit policy to lengthen the period for cash discounts can be a reason. Yes.
Yes.
Ne yeah. Next question. Yeah. So what can be the answer? Let's see. A firm expects to report net income of at least 10 million annually for the foreseeable future. That is their expectation. The firm would increase its return on equity by taking which of the following actions with respect to its inventory turnover and use of
Equity finance.
equity financing. This is the question. So inventory turnover and use of equity. A firm expects to report net income of at least 10 million annually for the foreseeable future. Firm would increase its return on equity by taking which of the following actions with respect to its inventory turnover and use of equity financing. So we'll see first equity return on equity is what? Net income by average total
Total
equity,
equity.
correct?
Yeah.
So let's take the first option. If we increase inventory turnover, stock turnover ratio is high. That means more sales or less sales?
More sales.
Yeah. So more sales will increase your numerator to higher extent or lower extent?
Higher
Higher.
sales. Yes.
More sales, more profit, na?
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
So firm, yeah, return on equity will increase if your inventory turnover is more, right?
Yeah.
So we got the one of the options. So if inventory turnover ratio is high, your ROE will be high. You can make some notes out of this.
Yes.
So next point is uh, equity financing. Okay. If more equity is taken for financing, that will increase your denominator, which will decrease your,
Numerator.
right? The firm could increase its return by taking which of the following actions with respect to inventory turnover and using use of equity financing. Increasing this inventory turnover, what they want to increase ROE. So if they increase, yeah, if they decrease equity financing, yes, So next point is they have to increase the equity financing or decrease the equity financing? Decrease, right? They want to increase the ROE, na?
Yeah.
So if they decrease equity financing, the denominator will be less. When denominator will be less, ROE will be?
Increase.
That's what. So decrease in equity financing, the option is 1. Did you understand what I said?
Can you explain once again?
See, their agenda is to increase the ROE. ROE will increase if turnover ratio is high. If more turnover, more sales. That means more sales, more net income. Higher numerator, higher ratio. Okay. Second thing is if they decrease equity financing, lower denominator. Lower denominator, higher ratio. Finished.
Yeah, got it.
Next question.
Inventory period increased.
Inventory.
Period increased.
Let's see. Corporation has a decrease in its operating cycle. What is operating cycle?
Operating.
See, I'll tell you cash cycle. Cash cycle is stock conversion period plus debt collection period minus debt payment period, right? Have you got this one? I have
Stock
explained.
conversion.
Sorry.
Stock conversion plus.
Stock conversion period plus debt collection period minus debt payment period. I explained this concept, na?
No, sir.
Yeah, I explained operating cycle concept.
In turnover ratio.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. Have a look through this. I will explain this question next class. Correct? If you
Okay.
want, I can explain right now also. Otherwise, you go through that. I will explain otherwise afterwards. Right question for due. Next question. See, company with an account receivable turnover of this much. Formula for account receivable turnover is
Net credit
net
sales
credit
divided.
sales by average receivables. So 8.1. That means we have to see net. If it is 8.1 means okay, like this is the ratio. Let's now go for the next point. So a company which is maintaining this as the receivable turnover ratio, if they will be more concerned if last year's days sales outstanding in receivables was this. That means their 365 by 8.1. What is that? Can you tell me?
$45.0.
Yeah, last days like they were receiving in 44 days. Now they are receiving in like they actually, if they are maintaining this, they have to receive in 45 days, but they're receiving before that. So will they be concerned? No, right? Hello.
No. Yes, no.
See, last year's days sales outstanding in receivable was 44.9. Current year's days sales and receivable is 45.6, which is similar to last year. Almost these two are same, no?
Yes.
44 and 45 are like not that thing to be concerned. Account receivable turnover for the industry was 10.4. Why will they worry? Industry is maintaining this, they are maintaining this. Correct?
Mm.
Company's account is that means it's very close, na? 8.1 and 10, 8 and 10 is like not that difference they are having, correct?
Yeah.
Best practice analysis indicated on account receivable turnover ratio of 13.0. If that is the best practice, then they are like, they are maintaining good amount. That is also like not much difference. But companies credit terms to vendors are 30 days. If they want to give 30 days time to the like customers to make the payment, and by maintaining the ratio to this, it is coming out to 45. Then taking more time, na? 15 days more.
45.
They are taking 15 days more to make the payment. That is
Yeah.
a matter of concern or not? Yes. Next one. Barrow company sales have remained constant. Yeah, this question may be very tricky, but the most concerned thing is only 15 days more customers are taking to make the payment. That is, most concerned one. A very huge difference here. Barrow company's sales have remained constant, but company's inventory turnover has risen each year for the past 3 years. This trend would indicate increased what?
Increased assets.
You should think properly. See what happens. Sales have been constant, but companies' stock turnover ratio is rising, it seems.
Mm.
What does it mean? Stock turnover ratio rising, more inventory is getting sold, correct?
Okay.
That means less inventory with them. So there is more chance of stock out, na? If the inventory turnover is increasing, that means more inventory is getting sold. There's a chance of stock out or not?
Yes.
That will decrease, na? The stock out will increase. That means you'll be, see what is happening is when companies sales are constant, inventory turnover has risen, it seems. So increasing turnover indicates it's good only for the business. It means inventory are declining relative to sales. That means whatever the sales you want to do, for that reason your inventory is declining more, it seems now. Correct?
Mm.
So assets are declining, and what is happening when very high inventory will be going out in the market for sale purpose. There's a chance in the future that there can be a stock out. Correct?
Yeah.
Next question. Stock out means shortage of stock. You may be having shortage of stock. If more sales happen very sooner,
Mm.
shortage, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Next one. This is very simple question. You can do this. Yeah, that one you can do. I'm waiting.
A, sir. Option A.
A. Okay. Yeah, that's like. But the answer is not A. What did you get? The turnover ratios formula is what? Net credit sales
That
by
reflects average receivables.
average receivables. So net credit sales. Net credit sales is what here?
15
So they're asking for year 2 and 3, right?
year
Okay.
2 and 3.
Yeah. So 1,20,000
Divided by.
into 100, right? Did they give something else here? The problem is, okay, so I did not read the question here. The year-end financial statements for Queen Bikes reflect the data presented as follows. 10% of the Queen's net sales are cash. So we need to take 90% of this. Okay.
Okay.
Average receivables is like 112,000. Okay, now you can do that, na? You can change this. Find out.
Answer is D.
D.
9.7. Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, we'll do this 2 questions. 8.1. Corporation H had current assets of 250,000 at the beginning of the year and this much current liabilities. Which of the following transactions will result in the increase in working capital? So for increase in working capital, your current asset should be more, right?
Yeah.
So you should tell me, see, current assets are 2.5 and current liabilities is 5, 0.5, let's say. So purchasing 50,000 of inventory, I'll write it 2,50,000 only, no problem. I think this question you can easily do. Shall I give time?
I will try.
Okay. Because we did some similar questions yesterday of this kind.
Okay. B, sir. Inventory on account.
In purchasing inventory on account. Okay, let's do this. Purchasing 50,000 of inventory with cash. If you just buy inventory of 50, you add 50, you subtract 50. Do you think there's an increase?
No.
Cash is going out, inventory is adding up, no change. If you purchase inventory on account, so what is happening to 50? You're adding inventory, you're liable. So previously, what was your working capital? 2 lakhs, right?
Mm.
So this is 3 lakhs and this is 1 lakh now because your liability is also increasing, na? Payables.
Yeah.
So 3 lakhs minus 1 lakh is still 2 lakh, no change. Let's say declaration of dividend. With declaration of dividend, what is going to happen? Liability is going to increase, no change in the assets. So it is going to decrease the working capital, right? These three are not the options. Issuing a 10-year, issuing $10,000 10-year bond with principal. So this is a long-term liability, but your cash is increasing, na? Hello.
Yes, sir. This is
Your
long.
current liability is not increasing. Long-term liability is increasing, but your assets are increasing, na? Cash is coming in 310. So 260 minus 50 is what? 110. Your working capital is increasing, na?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what. So this is the answer. Yeah. So, okay, this question. Company sells this much skateboards a year at $66 each. All sales are on credit with terms 3/10 net 30. Let me tell you what is 3/10 net 30. If the payment is made by the customer in 10 days, company is going to give them additional 3% discount. The time period given to them is 30 days to the customers. If they make the payment in 10 days, they'll get 3% additional discount. Okay.
Okay.
So otherwise full payment is due at end of 30 days. One half of the customers are expected to take the advantage of the discount and pay on date. So half people will do that. Other half are expected to pay on 30 days. Sales are expected to be uniform throughout the year for both types of customers. They're asking expected average collection paid for the company. So half of the customers are going to make the payment in 10 days, right? And half will pay in 30 days.